Okay, up next question. I'm just coming to the next question. The next question is definitely a very intelligent question. Why did India get freedom at midnight? Okay, very intelligent question. I think this question should persist or looms large on the head of every Indian, because after all we got freedom at midnight, and there is the famous midnight speech. Even in my very childhood, I have once came to think over this question. Why did India get freedom at midnight, and why the celebration at midnight? But my students, I think, although I have just dealt with this issue in class itself, but I think this question, particular question, is related to two more concerned questions. And the two concerned questions, one is, why did Lord Mountbatten choose the date 15th of August 1947 for Indian freedom? And the second one question, which is related to the first one, is why did the British were so hasty, or they were in so hurry to vacate India? You know, they have never given the promise we will leave India within 72 days, because just try to recall the famous speech, or you can say the famous declaration of the British Prime Minister Clement Attlee. On 20th February 1947, Clement Attlee issued his famous declaration that India will get freedom finally up to June 1948. Although it was a very controversial issue among scholars, was it a wise step on the part of the British to specify the date, which I have already discussed this aspect with you in the class. But the second one and more important issue was that if the British were having such a large space of time, then why did British choose to vacate India and to perform such a formidable task within the limited time span of 72 days? Some scholars just came to believe if the British could have taken some more space in India, so might we at least bloodshed, or such a bloodshed on a large scale, could have been averted. So this is the common perception of scholars, including Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. Maulana Abul Kalam Azad even tried to establish that even the partition of India could have been averted. But it is too ambitious a plan. We are not going to discuss on this aspect. So my students, I am just answering the first question, then second question, then coming to the third question, because all the three questions should be viewed in totality. The first is why did the British, you can say, show such a haste to vacate India? Why they were in so hurry? It was the first issue. My friends, you know, on the basis of the Cabinet Mission Plan, there was the formation of an interim government. Muslim League had already boycotted Cabinet Mission Plan. It was not ready even to, you can say, join this interim government. Lord Wavell was the viceroy. Earlier, he moved on without the Muslim League, and there was the formation of an interim government without the League. But at least the League was the old love for Lord Wavell, so Wavell finally persuaded League to join the interim government. At that time, the Muslim League was definitely having a malified intention. It joined the government simply to sabotage the whole procedures of the government. So Liaquat Ali Khan was the only senior leader who joined this interim government. Otherwise, all the other leaders were the lesser leaders, you can say, and they were not the so important leaders we can even recall. Simply Jogennath Mandal, because he was coming from a Hindu community, but it is having another story which I cannot brief here. I have already briefed this story in the class, you know. Now, so when the government just started and continued its procedure, so Liaquat Ali Khan created such a big hurdle being a finance minister. He was not ready even to accept a single, you can say, plan of the finance which could have given a support to the government. So it became almost clear, even the Vallabhbhai Patel was irritated, and it almost became the clear that any time the interim government could collapse and it could result into a larger bloodshed. So British were now much worried. We should not return from India with our blood-stained cloths, because so far they were making a claim of civilizing India, but now the situation appeared that British had to, you can say, British had to be a party to this bloodbath in India. So British were in hurry to vacate India as early as possible. So my friends, in 1990, I have already discussed this question in the class. In UPSC, in optional paper, there was a question. Lord Mountbatten came to India to organize a retreat in military parlance and operation. Means that Lord Mountbatten, when he came to India, so he was told to pack up from India as early as possible, but you have to make a withdrawal strategically, just like the soldiers, just like the army. Means that you are vacating from India, but it should not give a signal to the rest of the world you have just fled away from India. So this was the specific British strategy in this regard. Anyway, this was the first issue. That's why British were in so hurry. But my friend, this urgency of the British is not going to explain why did Mountbatten choose the date 15th of August for the liberation of India. So even this aspect should be answered. Actually, the basis was the 15th of August is supposed to be an auspicious day in the history of Britain, because it was on 15th of August 1945 the Japanese surrendered, and I think after Germans, possibly the Japanese were a big threat to you can say British Empire in the world, because Germans were a threat to Britain itself and Japanese were a threat to the, you can say, whole Asian Empire of Britain. So when Japan just surrendered, so British took a sigh of relief and it became an auspicious day for British generally and Mountbatten particularly. Why Mountbatten particularly? Because Mountbatten was at that time leading the army and he was a commander. He played an active role. So after choosing the 15th of August as the day of liberation, Mountbatten tried to give some sort of a glorious flavor to this date, because it was not important simply for Britain but even for Lord Mountbatten personally. So that's why did he choose this date. Now your third question, which you have just raised before me, so that is related to this second one question. In fact, once Lord Mountbatten decided the date of 15th of August, at that time even Indian leaders were not having any objection. But when the leading astrologers of India raised the issue, no, it is an inauspicious day and this day is not fit for India and this day cannot be taken as a launching day for an independent nation like India. So after all, you can say we Indians cannot make us free. Even today, you can say our leaders, our ministers, we people, even intellectuals, they are largely influenced by the views of astrologers even today's life in 21st century. So it was the mid 20th century. Even Indian leaders were a bit perturbed at this date. So they just went to see Mountbatten and tried to persuade Mountbatten So Mountbatten was earlier much irritated. He even replied that why have you not talked to astrologers first? Then we should have decided the date. Better to consult astrologers first should have been our first strategy. But after that, the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru just gave some middle path. He suggested. In fact, midnight was important for the British because there you can say the English date starts from midnight. So if the midnight function could have been held and could have been organized, so the British could have transferred the power at midnight. So Mountbatten had to keep his word of 15th of August because to change the date might have created a lot of related challenges as well. For example, approval from the British Crown, etc. And even our astrologers might have been satisfied because in India, the date is normally counted with sunrise. And in the middle, you can say in the midnight, there is no scope for sunrise. So that's why, we have just tried to strike a compromise between the British insistence as well as the, you can say, perception of our astrologers as well as the leaders. So that's why, my students, we have just chosen the 15th of August, the midnight. And this midnight speech gave a big opportunity to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. He coined a term at the stroke at the midnight hour. At the stroke at the midnight hour when the whole world sleeps, India wakes up to life and freedom. So this is, the relevance of this midnight celebration. So my student, I think you may be satisfied. If you will have another question, you can raise the question. Thank you. Now I am coming to the next question.